Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Tuesday, April 25th. Welcome to Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Reports are emerging that an Australian man, a tourist, was found in his cell at Patong police station dead from hanging on Monday, following his arrest the night before on a drunken disorderly. 31-year-old Michael Matthew Winder was arrested outside a bar on Bangla Road in Patong on Sunday night, with the provincial police chief saying he was drunk and acting wild. He was taken to a cell on the second floor of the Patong police station. At about noon on Monday, the police officer on duty left to have lunch, and when he returned, he found Winder hanging by his neck from his shirt tied to the iron bars. He was the only detainee in the cell at the time, according to police, and he was declared dead at the scene. An investigation is currently underway into his death. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Wild monkeys continue to disturb and disrupt the lives of local residents in Rasada, prompting even more complaints, and have pushed for local officials to resume their catch and neuter campaign on the eastern outskirts of Phuket town. The latest round of the campaign began last Thursday in Rasada's Soi Kinkeo 9 as wildlife officials set up traps. They did manage to catch some local pigtail macaques. They were joined by wildlife experts from the Wildlife Education Center in the north of the island, as well as experts from a nature reserve in Samut Sakhon province. The campaign had previously targeted 7 key areas where big groups of monkeys are found on the island, most of which are in Rasada or just before it in Phuket town proper. The most recent round of the campaign in 2020 saw nearly 200 macaques trapped, neutered, and released back into the wild at the Khao Prateo Nature Reserve in Talang in just 3 days. However, the most well-known episode in the ongoing monkey wars in Phuket took place in 2018, when 2 whole troops of neutered monkeys were relocated to the uninhabited islands of Koh Tanan and Koh Payu, both off Phuket's east coast. Nothing has been reported about them since. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The haze in Phuket is lifting, though it did bring a ton of questions about its origin and what can be done to stem the flow of the smog. A meteorologist with 17 years of experience with the Belgian Air Force has come forward with his understanding of the Phuket haze. Frederick Pearson has been living in Phuket for 13 years, and the haze phenomenon, as officials like to call it, has been an annual event, with some years much more noticeable than others. However, he says plainly that it's not a natural phenomenon. Instead, the smog is the result of human-caused pollutants, namely heavy burning in the north, along with all the usual air polluting activities by humans, including vehicle emissions and factory pollution, echoing the words of a recent PSU Phuket lecturer who stated the same. The part that is natural, and which is the only part that Phuket officials are admitting, is that wind patterns and a weak northeast monsoon is what has left the haze smothering not only Phuket, but the whole region for the past week. He says the lack of strong wind over the last week and a half caused the pollution to stay in the same place. The fact remains that it is pollution that is being trapped over Phuket by the wind, and there's very little that people in Phuket can do about it, as it's generated more than 1,000 kilometers from here. He concluded by saying, "The government is not tackling the real issue. There are no measures to reduce PM 2.5 and PM 10 particle pollution. They know what they need to do, but they're not doing it." For more, visit thephuket.news.com. With the goal of raising 1 million baht for the Take Care Kids Foundation to complete its home for orphan children, James Lee Valentine, better known as the Wild Wolf to his friend, is walking over 1,000 kilometers from Pattaya all the way to Phuket. The foundation's new foster home for orphan children would be able to welcome about 25 more kids from the streets once completed. Valentine set out on his massive trek last Thursday morning, April 20th, from Pattaya's Soi Buakau, and is covering a distance of about 25 kilometers per day. On day 4, he passed the 100-kilometer milestone and raised 100,000 baht on the same day. Valentine's aim is to raise enough funds to be able to complete construction and furnishings of the Take Care Kids' new foster home in Pattaya before the end of this year, which involves the construction of a 600 square meter, 2-floor building with a capacity to welcome up to 30 guests. It would be built on a plot of 1,600 square meters that the foundation recently bought in Pattaya. Anyone who donates would be able to have their name written on a specially designated wall in the building of their new family home. To learn how to donate, check out the details below or click the link in the description. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. A delegation of tourism industry leaders visited Phuket Governor Narong Mucheo yesterday to appeal for his office to expedite the new rules now approved by the cabinet that will allow many small hotels to legally operate. Leading the delegation was the chair of the Tourism Council of Thailand Region 11 branch. She explained yesterday that the formal request for the governor to expedite the implementation of new rules that will allow many small hotels to open followed the Katu district chief last week warning small hotel operators that they were still required to operate under the old rules. In early March, the cabinet approved major revisions of existing laws to allow many small hotel operators to legally open. Under the revised regulations, small hotel operators may not open for business unless they have first been successfully registered with the governor of Phuket, though no details were announced of how that may be accomplished. It was pointed out that small hotels would play a vital role in the country, accommodating the 28 million international tourists targeted for 2023. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Thanks for spending time with us here on this Tuesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by ppcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.